decided to play hide and seek, right?
Okay.
So it's in the suitcase.
The problem is I fell asleep. I fell asleep. When did you get this wrong?
This morning, when I found it.
Before you called?
Yes!
It's 1 o'clock right now.
I tried. I was awake, but I actually got out of the bed at like 12:30 each square. So I came downstairs and I was like, oh, he's in the suitcase still. But when I found him, I took him out. I tried to CPR and I called him and I called him.
Sarah Boone described herself as a straight-A student, an outstanding mother, and someone who excelled at everything she did. So, when it came to murder, you could count on her to do it well. While her long-term partner called her name and fought for air from inside the confines of a zipped suitcase, Sarah laughed and taunted him as she filmed his final moments on her phone. Then, she went to bed. Why did she do it? If her motive wasn't greed, or jealousy, or fear, what had driven this woman to torture and murder a man she claimed to have loved? Let's dive into the baffling case of Sarah Boone.
What's going on? Who is he to you? Boyfriend?
Yes, for like 3.5 years.
What happened?
He and we drank last night. We had a
Can you pass this to the around to the SD guys? Stop. They need to sign that for sure.
They're with me. So
they're not leaving?
I
Okay.
think I woke her up.
No. Each of them has to. This might be a real thing. So each of them has to put their name.
Normally we all I just put everybody. Yeah, you call her working.
What's going on?
Sorry,
I just got here, so fill me in.
no problem. Like,
Yeah,
he and I put the puzzle together. We've been doing some artwork together.
You are putting a puzzle together?
Yes, we have a puzzle that we started in there.
Okay.
We've been doing art, trying to take stuff off the wall to make new art, kind of like having a good time with one another. But we're drinking. We had a bottle of wine last night. So then it's like we decided to play hide and seek, right?
Okay.
So it's in the suitcase. Okay.
Who is this guy?
That's my ex-husband, my former husband.
How did he live here with you guys?
No, I called him over here.
Okay.
I didn't know what to do.
Okay.
I didn't know what to do.
Okay.
So then he came over here.
Here, let's talk in private, okay?
I called you guys. I tried giving you the problem is I fell asleep.
I fell asleep. When did you do CPR?
This morning when I found it.
Before you called?
Yes!
It's 1 o'clock right now.
I tried. I was awake, but I actually got out of the bed at like 12:30 square. So I came downstairs and I was like, oh, he's in the suitcase still. And that's when I found him and I took him out and I tried doing CPR and then I called him and then I called you guys.
Did he get here before the fire department got here?
Who?
Your husband? Or
Yes.
your ex-husband?
Yes.
Okay. Where does he live at?
Right down the street.
Okay. So you were playing and you picked him up.
I did, but then I fell asleep.
Okay. You're okay. I wasn't here. I'm just trying to figure out what
I
happened.
fell asleep. So I don't know if they suffocated or like had an aneurysm or a heart attack or
What
what.
kind of medical conditions did he have?
None that I know of.
Nothing that you know of.
None
You
that I
didn't take
know
any
of.
medicine?
No.
Nobody.
All we had was a bottle of wine. Literally, just a bottle of wine.
Okay.
Doing puzzle artwork. Then we decided to play hide and seek. That's all that happened.
Okay.
So I don't know if he had a heart attack or what in there. I don't know what happened.
So how long were you doing CPR on him prior to you calling 911? You tried that all morning?
Yes.
Okay.
And then I called him while I was
What
doing
time
CPR.
did you start? Probably, rough ballpark. Here, let me fill this deputy in, okay?
Please may I have my Dr. Pepper? I am so cut now right now.
Do me a favor. Stand over there by that car. Give me 1 second. Just give us a second, okay?
Somebody else on that call break and
It's on the counter.
I can't move anything from out of the house.
Like, I'm
Here, I want you to sit down because I don't want you passing out. This is probably a lot for you to deal with, right?
I don't water. Just water.
I can get you some water, okay? Just I want you down on your feet because I don't want you passing out on me.
Generator call.
I need water.
Okay, I'll get some for you.
Before we start, we would like to send our heartfelt sympathies to the loved ones of Jorge Torres Jr., who fell victim to the abominable acts described in this case. Early in 2020, just a month before the world would find itself in the grips of the COVID-19 pandemic, 42-year-old Sarah Boone and her partner of 4 years, Jorge Torres Jr., also 42, were working hard to get their lives back on track. The couple lived together in an apartment on France Lane in the city of Winter Park, Florida, one of the state's wealthiest and a city known for its stately trees, parks, and big homes. Sarah shared custody of her 9-year-old son Lucas with her ex-husband Brian. Jorge, a native of Philadelphia and also a divorced father of 3, worked at a local Ace Hardware. But Jorge was a man who had a troubled past. Over the course of his nearly 4-year relationship with Sarah, he had been arrested multiple times for intimate partner violence and violation of no-contact orders. In 2019, he'd been arrested 3 times alone. His arrests had led to a court-ordered batterer intervention program and substance abuse classes. Jorge had followed his classes diligently, and by February of 2020, things seemed to be looking up, especially from the perspective of his long-term partner, Sarah. Jorge, Sarah felt, was finally learning to control his demons, most of which stemmed from stress and booze. Sarah sympathized immensely, but couldn't relate. She wasn't plagued by the same troubles, and could juggle many things at once with relative ease. She wasn't dependent on alcohol to cope, and she had dedicated herself to helping Jorge improve himself. She would succeed. She was, after all, someone who managed everything she did well. On the afternoon of Sunday, February 23rd, the couple celebrated the start of a new positive era with a bottle of Chardonnay in the garden. By early evening, they had headed into the apartment where Sarah suggested they listen to music and finish a puzzle, something to distract Jorge from drinking. It was turning out to be a great day, a day that Sarah would certainly never forget.
911, what is the location of your emergency?
4748 France Court, apartment 3.
Is this a police or medical?
My boyfriend is dead.
Okay, send a line for the fire department. Do not hang up.
Tell me exactly what happened here.
My boyfriend and I were playing last night, and I put him in his case and we were playing. And like kind of hide and seek kind of thing. So I fell asleep and I woke up and he was dead in the suitcase. So I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. Like he had like blood coming out of his mouth, and I don't know like he had like an aneurysm or what happened.
Right, okay, alright, okay. Listen, we're getting here for okay. Alright, okay. Okay, you hanging from somewhere or what, ma'am?
No, I pulled him out of the suitcase. I tried giving him CPR.
Okay. So he was in a suitcase?
Yes, and I fell asleep.
How old is he, ma'am? 42-year-old ma'am. Alright. Is he awake at all? Is he conscious at all?
No, he's purple.
Is he breathing?
No.
Alright. I need you to get him on the floor, flat on his back for me, okay?
I did. I tried giving him CPR.
Alright, are you right by him now?
I'm sorry?
Are you right by him now?
Yes.
Okay, lay him flat on his... Okay, ma'am, listen. So is he cold and stiff?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, he's not necessarily cold, but he's stiff.
Right, okay. Alright, listen to me. Listen to me. I want you to lay him flat on his back for me on the floor.
I did.
Removing the pillows, okay?
Yes, I did.
Alright, okay. Wait.
Stiff and purple.
Right, okay, listen. Okay, man, that's fine. We're still going to put compressions on him, okay? Alright? Place the heel of your hand on his breastbone, right in the center of the chest, right between the nipples.
Yes.
Put your other hand on top of that hand.
Betty, I'm telling you. It's like my hand is fell.
Okay.
Please. Okay, you're girdled.
Okay. Listen to me. Alright, I want you to place the heel of your hand. Okay, right between his chest, right between his breastbones.
Yes.
Put your other hand on top of that hand.
Yes,
We want to pump his chest to be hard and fast. Going to do twice per second.
I'm doing it again.
Okay, no, just keep on pumping. That's all you need to do for me. Keep on pumping his chest for me. I don't need you to stop and talk or anything. I just want you to count out loud for me, okay?
1, 2,
3, 4, 5.
For someone who's just discovered their live-in partner has died a horrific death overnight, Sarah is eerily matter-of-fact. She sounds more like someone dealing with the inconvenience of a flat tire than the devastation of a deceased loved one. Her irritation increases the longer the dispatch operator keeps her on the line. By the end of the call, she's repeated no less than 7 times the fact that Jorge is purple and stiff. In other words, there's no need for wasting energy on chest compressions. The guy's long dead already. And indeed, when paramedics arrived at the apartment on France Lane, they found Jorge Torres lying on his back beside a large Navy suitcase near the front door of the apartment, quite clearly deceased. A disheveled-looking Sarah is captured on the body cam of a patrol officer soon after paramedics have announced Jorge's death. She is in a high state of agitation. She needs a cigarette and a Dr. Pepper.
I had a cigarette. I'll get it for you, okay? Wait 1 second, okay?
I really need something to drink.
Okay, well,
I got my Dr. Pepper on the counter.
okay, we'll take care of you. Give me 1 second.
During her subsequent field interrogation, Sarah recounts the details of Jorge's horrific death during a game of hide-and-seek gone wrong. She seems unaware of the unusual choice of a game for 2 adults, and that helping one's only opponent to hide defeats the purpose of the game altogether. Sarah has other priorities, namely hydration. She repeatedly begs the officer for a Dr. Pepper or water, finally repeatedly guzzling water from a neighbor's hose before detectives from the Orange County Sheriff's Department arrive to interview her.
Normally I just put everybody.
Yeah, you call Rich working.
What's going on? I just got here, so fill me in.
No problem. Like,
Yeah, I'm
we
just
have
sorry.
a puzzle together. We've been doing some artwork together.
You are putting a puzzle together?
Yes, we have a puzzle that we started in there.
Okay.
We've been doing art, trying to take the stuff off the wall to make new art put up there, like having a good time with one another. But we're drinking. We had a bottle of wine last night.
Okay.
So then it's like we decided to play hide and seek, right?
Okay.
So he gets in the suitcase. Okay.
Sarah tells the detectives that she and Jorge had been drinking Chardonnay and doing puzzles and painting before they decided to play a game of hide and seek. She had hidden in the upstairs shower, but when Jorge failed to come and find her, she returned downstairs. Jorge then suggested that it would be funny if he got into a large suitcase Sarah had pulled out for charity clothing. Both laughing, she zipped him in, then let him squirm for a while. She'd gone upstairs around 12:30 a.m. and had accidentally fallen asleep, completely forgetting that Jorge was still in the suitcase. When she'd awoken around 11:30 a.m., after a marathon 11-hour sleep, she figured Jorge was already up and downstairs at his computer. An hour later, after realizing the silence was dragging on a bit long, she had come downstairs, only then remembering with horror the suitcase. Inside, she found Jorge, stiff, purple, and bleeding from the mouth. Sarah then had immediately called her ex-husband, who lived a block away. After arriving at the house and glimpsing the deceased Jorge, Brian had told her she had to call 911. Sarah wondered out loud to detectives if the cause of Jorge's death had been maybe an aneurysm or a stroke or perhaps a heart attack even. When asked by detectives if they drank often, Sarah replied that she only ever had a couple of glasses of wine with dinner. She then asked about Jorge's family. Had police informed them yet? What exactly would they say? But along with getting a Dr. Pepper, this was soon to become the least important of Sarah's problems. Before leaving that day, Sarah would give police both verbal and written permission to search her phone, inadvertently handing them the evidence that would be used to charge her with the murder of Jorge Torres. On Sarah's phone, police found 2 videos taken the night of Jorge's death. One captured Jorge rocking inside the suitcase, pleading with a laughing and taunting Sarah that he could not breathe. Sarah responded with, "Yeah, that's what you do when you choke me." When he repeated it, she said, "That's what I feel like when you cheat on me," and "F you."
For everything you've done to me. For everything you've done to me. Fuck you. Fuck you. Stupid. That's my name. Don't wear it up. Yeah, that's when you do when you choke me.
Sarah, I can't breathe.
That's on you.
Sarah, I can't breathe.
It's on you.
Sarah.
Real or ransom. Might want to get video for it extra. Here's I got this.
Sarah.
Real or ransom.
Sarah. I can't breathe, babe.
Oh. That's what I feel like when you chewing on me.
Sarah.
Fuck you.
I can't breathe, Sarah.
You should probably shut the fuck up.
In a second video, taken 11 minutes after the first, the suitcase was a few feet further from the door and in a different position. He called her name once more before she stopped recording. Jorge's autopsy results would conclude that he had died due to positional asphyxiation and that the manner of death was homicide. His body had significant evidence of trauma to multiple sites, a black eye as well as bruises and cuts around the head, his back, and hands, and abrasions from blunt impacts around the body. Medical examiners estimated that Torres had been in the suitcase for up to 11 hours. On February 25th, Sarah was taken into custody by detectives. She arrived at the precinct with an armful of papers and informed detectives that she had some questions she needed to go through with them. Sarah Boone was a woman who needed to be in charge and in the know. During her police interrogation, she turns and peppers police with her own queries, a transparent attempt to equal the playing field. She also felt it important to let police know who she was and that they weren't dealing with just anyone here. But police, meanwhile, had enough information on Sarah to know the fact from the fiction and would let her talk enough to lock herself into her lies. Sarah Boone, it would turn out, was a figment of her own imagination and perhaps a former self.
I don't think you all understand. I am. I've always been a straight student. I am an outstanding mother to my son. I excel at everything. Nobody knew George better than I did. I say that I knew George better than himself. And I tried every way, shape, and form. Ask everything. I helped him. I took care of him. I missed him a lot, and I didn't even sleep last night. I mean, is there any chance it got to be too much for you? And you couldn't handle taking care of him? I never stopped. I never stopped. That's what I'm here for.
I never stopped. I'm here now and I'm still trying to help him. We were informed of some injuries that he has by the doctor. So he's got scratch marks to his back. I know that. Okay. And so he had some injuries to his left shoulder. He had a cut near his lip.
I haven't really seen him.
Okay.
Also, too, he fell off my son's bike,
Okay.
so I don't know. And he's notorious for running into the wall or the hall tree. So
Okay. What about the scratches? Because there's also sex.
Yes.
Okay. Because there's also like a scratch on like the back of his neck, like kind of like going, but it's like going straight across.
I have no idea what that's from.
We just don't. I mean, it's unexplainable how he got these injuries, and
I have no idea.
you were the only one with him.
100% right hand to God. I have no idea how he got them.
When Sarah said she had no idea where his injuries other than the scratches had come from, she may have been telling the truth. A neighbor of Sarah's told police that he had heard a loud noise from the apartment that night, like something falling down the stairs perhaps. Perhaps Sarah had persuaded Jorge to get in the suitcase upstairs, only to push him down once he was inside it. She had also flipped the suitcase over. If she hadn't remembered filming the video, she wouldn't have remembered kicking or assaulting him in it either. Sarah was quick to describe herself as a victim of domestic violence, but failed to mention that she too had been charged with battery by strangulation after a drunken fight with Jorge. She blamed Jorge's violence on his drinking, and then claimed that she didn't drink herself. Sarah vehemently maintained that she wasn't drunk on the evening of Jorge's death, and that she hated being drunk.
I'm recording like that you were not drunk, he was not drunk, you guys were having a good time.
I can't get drunk. Number one, I do not want to get drunk. I don't like being non-complimentary, having my wits about myself. I don't like feeling out of control. So,
I'm just saying, you're making it sound like he's a raging alcoholic today, and yesterday I was kind of asking you those questions, and you're like a little defensive, like, no, we're not alcoholics.
I'm not.
We are not, were you guys drinking and it got out of hand and it got physical?
No.
Her ex-husband Brian, however, had a slightly different take on Sarah's drinking, something he'd shared with the patrol officer on the day of Jorge's death.
They called back and said he was still there.
Similarly, neighbors at Sarah's apartment complex told police that Sarah was drunk on a daily basis. She was a belligerent drunk who would scream at them and start fights, they said, and regularly played loud music through the night. Detectives then presented Sarah with the videos found on her phone.
do I have to watch her? I continuously throw up. I don't sleep. I don't want to see it, if that's okay.
You can either explain it or we take it for what it is.
We're just trying to give you the opportunity to tell us what's going on.
I didn't think that he was, like, panicky. Like,
So pushing up on a suitcase saying, Sarah, 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 I can't breathe.
George has done that in the past before, too, where it's just like he thinks that he's woe is me kind of thing.
You're the only one saying derogatory comments. Like you're mad.
No.
You know what's on that video now?
No.
You remember making that video?
No.
Why don't you remember making the video?
Probably because we had been drinking.
But you weren't drunk.
No. Just because I went upstairs and... Just because you're drunk...
Confronted with the damning evidence, Sarah resorted to using every tactic available for avoiding accountability. Denial, amnesia, victim playing, counterattacks, gaslighting, and the list went on and on.
Because I don't remember that.
Okay. Doesn't mean it didn't happen just because you don't remember it. I have one last question. You realize you're the person that killed him, right?
I thought about that.
Okay, you left him in a bag when he's begging you, saying, I can't breathe, let me out, and you said, fuck you. And you got up off the couch and went upstairs and left him in that bag.
Not intentionally.
Again,
I would never do that to George.
you did.
Not intentionally. Alcohol is a shitty thing. It's alcohol. You all, listen to me. You all, listen. I did not intentionally kill him.
One very odd coincidence. While police were investigating, they found that Sarah had previously been investigated by police and CPS for zipping someone up in a suitcase. In 2017, CPS received a complaint after Sarah posted a picture on her Facebook page of a child being zipped into a suitcase. The investigation was dropped when it was confirmed the child wanted to get into the suitcase for a picture. But the coincidence is eerie. Had the child asked to be photographed in the suitcase, or had Sarah suggested it? Had the incident planted a seed in her mind? But of what? Sarah was combative and demanding right up until she was led out the door in handcuffs.
Why is this happening? So this was a trick.
How was the trick? Your response to everything was basically, I didn't do it.
Intentionally.
Breaking at 11, a woman arrested accused of zipping a man in a suitcase, leading to his death.
Sarah Boone? 42-year-old Sarah Boone faced a judge Wednesday morning charged with second-degree murder. Detectives say she left her boyfriend, 42-year-old Jorge Torres Jr., in a suitcase in their Winterbrook apartment to die. Based on the evidence in the case,
the autopsy findings, which include significant evidence of trauma to multiple sites on the victim's body.
The state asked for no bond. The judge agreed.
Sarah Boone was charged with the second-degree murder of Jorge Torres Jr. According to Law.com's legal dictionary, second-degree murder is, quote, a non-premeditated killing resulting from an assault in which death of the victim was a distinct possibility. Exact definitions on what constitutes second-degree murder vary from state to state in the U.S. Sarah is currently being held at the Orange County Jail in Florida, awaiting her pretrial hearing, which is set for July 14th of this year. Now, allow us some speculation. During her upcoming trial, Sarah's defense team may claim that Sarah was a battered woman who'd grown homicidal as a reaction to her partner's abuse. Maybe that is the case. She had good reason to hate Jorge, and vice versa. But a crime of passion needn't involve torture or sadistic pleasure. That is a whole different level of crazy. Here is our hypothesis. Sarah Boone was a perfectionist and a control freak. She believed herself a little superior to your average person and had also developed a drinking problem. In Jorge Torres, she met her match, or more accurately, her undoing. A man with a violent side who would not be controlled. After a 4-year-long escalating power struggle, Sarah's resentment had built to a breaking point. When she finally got one over on him, her pleasure at seeing him powerless, in pain, and completely at her mercy was so intoxicating she would not quit until he'd taken his last breath.
Sarah.
Stupid.
Sarah.
That's my name. Don't wear it up.
Sarah, I can't breathe, babe.
That's on you.
Sarah, I can't breathe.
It's on you.
Sarah.
If you found this story compelling, don't forget to like the video, comment down below your take on it, and subscribe to the channel. Also, hit that notification bell in order to stay up to date each time we reveal a new shocking case. If you have a case you would like to see given more coverage, drop us a line in the comments. And thank you for your support. We are grateful for every one of our subscribers. So, until next time, stay safe and keep your eyes peeled. You never know what's lurking in the shadows.